Nothing in this recording is intended as investment advice, and the people in this recording may hold positions in the companies they talk about. Do not make any investment based solely on a tip or recommendation. Please do your own research.
Hello, welcome to Zak's Traders Cafe. Today I'm joined by Mitchell Field, who's a non-executive director at Amirose London Holdings. Hi today, Mitchell.
Morning or afternoon now, isn't it?
Very good news today for your company in terms of Amirose being appointed manufacturer for the Nicky Clarke brand. Maybe you can tell us a bit about that.
Yes, I was in discussions with Nicky Clarke for a while about creating for them a clinically trialed program for hair care. And we've worked on it for a while. And we decided that under Amirose, not only could we manufacture it, but we would try to also find them a distribution company. And we teamed up with 3 Pears in the Birmingham area who agreed to do the distribution and the design, stocking of the line. And they have already successfully found a number of opportunities where the product range will be distributed. We, in the meantime, are manufacturing it. It'll go to completed trials and into production towards the end of this year. There won't be much turnover showed in the financial year, probably £200,000 or £300,000. But every year thereafter, under the terms of their license agreement, we should achieve a minimum of £1 million a year, and we're hoping, obviously, for much more than that.
I mean, the main thing here is that, this is sort of really, for a small company like yours, this is a blockbuster deal.
No, the average size of the decent contracts all around the £1 million mark each. It is a good deal for us. Anything over £1 million on annual turnover will boost our performance. But we are negotiating with 2 or 3 concepts like this, where we try to find the customer instead of being proactive. So we're looking for the brand we can develop around and the distribution base we can work with. And we've got about 60 accounts. So we have a pool of customers we can talk to, and we have a pool of brand opportunities we think we can exploit. Nicky Clarke's the first. In the next few weeks, there's a couple more coming on stream. We're pretty sure that they will add significantly to the turnover in the end of the year, and about 25% of our business will be these type of projects. But they do take a long time to put together. You're joining up parties that don't know one another, and you're introducing them, and you're acting as the middleman. You're trying to get them in such a state that they actually recognize the benefits. And of course, we cushion it by saying, look, we can develop, we have the expertise. All you two have got to do is agree the strategy for distribution.
But the situation is that, you only came to market relatively recently, and you've already got a partnership or a deal with a nationally known figure. Surely this proves the model.
Well, in fairness, when we went to market, we knew this one was coming up. It's not new, but the next one we announced, which will hopefully be very shortly, has all happened since our flirtation, and it's really very much been an attraction to the fact we have floated. In other words, people see us as having some substance and credibility because we have a stock market representation, and this has come as a result of that. The next one, not the Nicky Clarke one, the one that's shortly to follow it. I won't give the name of it just in case something goes wrong. So at the moment, we're very optimistic, but there will be others. As the months go by, we have got a few in the pipeline, which I think will make a big difference to the company's performance.
And just to remind people, because you are a new company to the market anyway, what do you do, and what are your goals?
Okay, so Amirose is based out of Norfolk. It's a well-established, not Amirose well-established, but the factory's well-established. It's been there since 2001, producing a range of personal care products under contract. So somebody in the market who wants to see their name on a product, we will give them a full service where we buy the products, we formulate it, we fill them, and we make them shelf ready to go into their distribution center. We do the whole job. And the kind of customers we got, there's about 60 of them like this, and there's around, between them, somewhere between 180 and 200 different brand representations. So but the company's been established quite a while. You're not talking about something that's just been there. It's about 25 years of experience. And although Amirose has only been on the market under its current format for 2 years, that's simply because it bought the business and the entity that we're trading out of, knowing the potential. And the potential really is to be a bit more proactive with the sales. So contract manufacturing and personal care will cover everything from hair care to skin care to fragrance to oral care. It's everything within personal care. So we do the whole job. And there are no limitations to that except aerosols, which we don't have a facility for. But the whole basis of the company is, in the past, just reacting to people's interest, people's inquiries. What we've done is taken the knowledge pool that we have within us, all the IP, and we're saying, look, you could have this within your range, you can have that within your range, and it becomes a much more proactive endeavor than we've had in the past.
And in terms of the future and the upside, is there any limit to your company being an international player and scaling up the business?
Well, there's two questions in one there. The company is UK based and it's dominantly a UK producer. Can we export? No question. There is, firstly, tremendous capacity within the facility. We had a rationalization program last year. We took out a sizable proportion of low return business. So where the margin's low, the quantities are disruptive, we took them out of the facility. That's left us running a business this year's be just over 14 million at a decent margin and with a tremendous amount of growth. But the key growth comes out of the fact that we're only occupying in production terms only 18% capacity in the factory. So we could take the factory up to 50 million. However, most of that is UK based. There is only a very limited amount of demand from the international markets. Most countries have their own manufacturing formats doing what we do. We do have business in Israel, in America, in places like Slovakia, where we are producing something for them, but it's not where the expertise is. So I would say that on the international scale, it's not likely, although the products that we make, of course, are sold all over the world. But there's no reason for us to attract that market. The attraction going forward are more likely to be what we call a division in the company called SPVs, which are the special purpose vehicles, where we're actually going to team up with other players who are better at distribution and marketing on the manufacturing side and produce fragrance brands or other licensed brands, which will be entities in their own right, and we will get the manufacturing contract out of it.
I suppose the other aspect is that there aren't that many small cosmetics manufacturers or care product manufacturers, so there is a goal to shoot for.
Well, there are. I mean, the UK is a sizable producer of personal care, but in fairness, we've got about 8 or 9 competitors. Most of them are larger than us and more profitable at this stage. But we know where our opportunity is. UK has a very good reputation for production, and there are many people centered around that reputation. We're not alone. But one of the things we do have is an enormous amount of experience within the company, and our network's extensive. And we brought in into the board 2 or 3 players who will add enormously to their experience and with their experience to the business as a whole. So I'm very optimistic about the future. I think growth, because we have the capacity, we have the network, and we have the IP, we should have a very positive outcome in the years to come. It's not just this particular contract, the Nicky Clarke, which of course is very favorable, is just an example of what we could do in the future.
Mitchell Field, Non-Executive Director at Amirose, thank you very much indeed.
My pleasure, Zak.